Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, my client's face is flawless. I'm going to be doing a full glam tutorial on my beautiful client Samaya. So let's get started. First, I'm going to wipe her face down with micellar water. It's very important that you use micellar water to wipe down your client's skin, so that way you can get rid of all the excess oils. Now I'm going to go in, I'm going to lay her brows down with the e.l.f. brow lift. This is the dupe to Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it does wonders, y'all. Like, when I tell you I don't have to do much to my client's brows, it's beautiful. Now I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Water Moisturizer. This moisturizer is something that everybody needs in their kit. It's good for all skin types. It's not heavy with excess oils. It's perfect for dry skin. If your client has oily skin, you don't have to like coat the face with so much moisturizer because you don't want it to cake up. But definitely for dry skin and definitely for combination skin, you can get this product at Sephora and online as well. Since my client does have dry skin, I'm going to use the moisturizer as a primer and a moisturizing base, so I won't be priming her face. Now I'm going to go with my NARS foundation. NARS foundation is the foundation I use for every client. I feel like this is the foundation that you can build, but you can cater it to each person's skin type or skin tone and skin, like as far as like wrinkles and dark marks and everything like that. It seems to like coat everybody and work for everybody. I don't know, it's just like the perfect foundation. Now I'm going to be going with my Toofaced concealer, and I'm going to apply the concealer in the highlighted areas. So that is going to be always your T-zone area. I'm going to start with her chin, her cupid's bow, then I'm going to take the concealer up her nose, and then I'm going to build up her concealer. So I like to start off with a little bit in the inner corner and then work my way to the outer corner and draw like a line of concealer. This is going to help lift that face, you guys. Now I'm going to apply it on her brows. Just to sculpt out the top of her brows and on her forehead as well. Always going to upward motion. Now I'm going to start by blending out the concealer. I always advise everyone to blend out their concealer with their foundation tool, whether that's a brush or a beauty blender. You want to start with the chin and the cupid's bow to just make sure that the face has a seamless blend and it's matching with the neck perfectly. Also use the foundation tool to blend out any harsh lines on the concealer and on the forehead. You can also use your foundation tool to correct any errors as well. Now I'm going to use my small setting brush just to blend out the nose. I don't like to use the foundation brush because sometimes it can kind of make the nose all be one color, but you want the nose to have that highlighted line down the middle, like a faint line. Now I'm going to go with my Juvias Place bronzer palette. I'm going to be applying this bronzer on top of her cheekbones to always give her that snatch and lifted look. And for the nose contour, I'm going to go with my small blending brush. Be sure to use the beginning of your brows to mark where you need to have your contour placed at, and that's going to be on top of your nose. It will give you that direct line and a guide to giving you the perfect nose contour. Now I'm going to go with my Huda Beauty blush, and I'm going to apply the blush between the concealer and the bronzer. I like to apply my blush on top of the cheekbones but a little bit higher up because it will give you that snatch look, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's a game changer. Now I'm going to take my concealer brush and I'm just going to apply a little bit of concealer underneath her brow bone just to highlight the brows a little bit, and then slightly drag it down the lid. You do not need to cake up concealer for your lid. And then I'm going to go and blend out with my concealer brush. Now I'm going to go in with the Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to set her under eyes. When setting your under eyes, you always want to make sure that you build up your powder. Don't apply a whole lot of powder when you're setting your under eye, because all it's going to do is be very patchy and start to separate. You want to make sure that you take your powder puff and really press that powder into your under eye so it won't have any creasing. Now I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty Kunafa powder, and I'm going to use this to bake her nose and the jawline. I use a lighter powder to kind of tone down the powder in a sense, because I don't like for the sides of the nose to be too bright, and I don't like for the jawline to be too bright either, and sometimes powder will stain it. Now I'm going to go in with my Liss Beauty setting powder, and I'm just going to set the areas where I place her bronzer and foundation. Now I'm going to go with my Juvias Paste Powder Blush Palette, and I'm going to apply this powder right on top of where we apply the liquid blush. And I'm going to kind of take it underneath her under eye just to give it kind of like a pop of some pink, but keep it very subtle. That helps with that airbrush look, just a tip. Now I'm going to go with my Morphe 35A palette. I'm going to be using 2 of the neutral brown shades as her transition shades and to bring out the warmth. You also don't want to apply your eyeshadow shades too close to the brow bone, because you don't want it to look like brows eyeshadow. You want it to be brows, highlight, then eyeshadow. When achieving your under eye shadows and getting it to have like that pretty like airbrush look, you want to go in with the browns that you use for your transition and your crease shade always. That will always give you that look that you want. A lot of girls be asking me, how do you get like it to look so airbrush underneath the eyes? It's because I'm using her bronzer colors. Now it's time to apply her lashes. One game changer trick is apply the lash glue on your client's lid or your own lids. This will help grip that lash and place it in its correct placement. You want to get the glue as close up to the lash line as you can. Then you're going to take your lashes and you're going to place them exactly where they go. Push them in just a little bit and make sure you push on the inner corner and they will not come off. It's a game changer, y'all. Stop putting your glue on your strips because it is not going to stick and stay. Then I'm going to start applying the mascara. The mascara that I'm using is from Rare Beauty. This mascara is waterproof. It's really dark and it's like perfect. The perfect consistency. It's kind of thin and not too thick. So it's definitely a mascara I would recommend getting in your makeup kit. Now I'm going to start her lip combo. I'm going to be using the Ulta Beauty Gel Liner in the shade Mink. You can also get this shade Black Brown. I believe Mink and Black Brown are like similar if they don't have Mink. Mink is just a little bit darker. And if you're really light skinned, I would say to do chocolate. Chocolate is that like very neutral brown. It's like a soft brown. Then I'm going to go in with NYX's Danity Daze Suede Lipstick. This lipstick is a natural color and I'm going to top it off with some Maybelline lip gloss in the shade Stone. Now I'm going to go with my Huda Beauty Easy Baking Powder with the shade Kunafa. This baking powder is not a loose baking powder. It's actually like a compact powder. But this powder is literally like baking into your skin. Like it's really good and it doesn't cause any creasing or anything. Now for her brows, I'm going to go in with the NYX Brow Pomade in the shade Espresso. And I'm going to be using my angle brush from Morphe just to shape out her brows. Then I'm going to take the front of the angle brush and just kind of like, I don't really know what you call that. It's like this technique that I kind of came up with the brows. But I basically just stamp where her brow shape starts, basically. Then I'm going to just dust away any excess powder. Her glam looks so good, y'all. Then I'm going to take my small setting brush. At this point, we've used it to set the lid, so now it's full of powder. This is like the best tip I can give you. Use that same brush to get rid of all the excess powder so it blends in perfectly. Now I'm going to top her face off with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Mist. Get this setting mist in your makeup kit tomorrow, please, y'all. It does wonders and makeup won't move at all. Now the fan did make my client's eyes water, so I'm going to show you guys how to get rid of that tear. A lot of times people panic, but let me tell y'all something. All you gotta do is a little 1-2. Let the teardrop dry down a little bit, then take a cotton round and just place it underneath her eye and just soak up all that water. Then take some of her concealer on a regular concealer brush, and then use a clean blending brush and just kind of go back and forth and place the concealer, then blend it out with a clean concealer brush. And then you'll just take your airbrush setting mist again and just spray her face down, and you're all done.